Copper. Copper wanted to say hello. There he is. Hey, everybody. Hello. He was really looking forward to class tonight, just running around and just so excited about Thursday.
Daily, I learn more about myself as I interact with my students, often regretting the tone or assumptions that I tend to use with certain students who I've known to be frequently off task. I can see it coming too. It's that moment right before the locked door closes and your keys are lying on the driver's seat. I silently kick myself and immediately form a plan of revision in my mind. How to avoid making the same mistake twice. How to affirm this student instead of accuse. In order to fix something, I must have awareness of the problem. Often, the easiest way to understand where my students are coming from is to imagine myself sitting in their seats.
And I was able to substitute some of my prior teaching courses and then finish out the rest of the courses through the year with the MAP program. So I'm currently doing that, and it's been a fantastic experience. I know this is where I belong in the classroom, and I truly love teaching. So I'm so thankful for the opportunity.
Successful teaching, therefore, relies on both a mastery of content and the ability to help students build their own connections regarding that content. In order to do this, educators must consistently add to their own knowledge base, seek to know their students as individuals, and persist in discovering the most effective methods of instructional content delivery while taking notes on all of it along the way.
Every classroom is different. Every student is different. However, the standards for instruction are just that, standardized. In practice, differentiated instruction relies on flexible grouping, flexible timelines, and individualized assignments. But also, simple teaching techniques such as giving multiple examples, working with students one-on-one, and varying types of assignments can make learning accessible for all students.
The goal, then, is to use technology and the internet to help empower students to connect with their own knowledge and experience, to connect with other students, and connect with the world around them. The essential element of constructivism is active construction of new knowledge by the learner based on their experiences. This knowledge is not simply new to the learner, but new because of the learner.
I thought that maybe instead of making this class exclusively on your own learning, I would blend it with flipped instruction. I did away with the warm-up quizzes, and instead of turning the kids loose to work on homework individually, we did some problems together as a class. Less structure than direct instruction, but a little structure. The point to the above picture is that she's riding bareback. No saddle, but still reins. More freedom, but still some structure.
Final turn that led me to my current destination all began through an email. I reached out to El Sistema colleagues to ask their advice on what to do upon graduating, and I was introduced to a word that was shocking and disturbing: Alaska. Go to Alaska and be part of the first class to earn an MAT at the university while working with JAM, Juneau Alaska Music Matters. And so began my journey in the beautiful state of Alaska. I am immersed in a new culture with different needs and am eagerly observing how El Sistema philosophy is transforming this community. As I learn how to more effectively reach people using my gift of music, I celebrate that I have found something that brings purpose to what I do and love. And that is how I know that no matter how the road turns, this is only the beginning of my journey with El Sistema.
Megan is still in my class. She's doing much better. I can say that now, because I finally realized where I was in November. In November, I was still trying so hard to be a good teacher that I stopped being a good teacher. I was thinking more about myself than about my students. Now, I don't think that Carol nor I would have seen the signs of Megan's struggles even if we had been more attentive. You see, she worked very hard to cover everything up. However, I'll never forget what happened this February, and as a result, I'll always strive to be an attentive teacher who wants not only academic success for his students, but also well-being and a sense of self-worth. In short, I always want to know where I was in November.
Pablo Picasso once said, "Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once he grows up." I believe Picasso is right. The desire to communicate ideas through drawings, paintings, and sculptures often fades as people grow older. Upon attending the University of Alaska Southeast, I found a community of students and teachers that had a passion for art. Professors were there to guide and push students, to help gain new knowledge, skills, and techniques. Gaining an education in art and having a space to advocate for creativity is exactly what I've been looking for. I've always felt the desire to make things and express experiences or ideas in a visual way.
Needless to say, this assessment and the community and school response meant the world to me. It will forever change the way I view teaching. It has vastly changed my view of what it means to be a teacher. This assessment forced me to investigate how I view my role as teacher. I'm still in the throes of emotions when I contemplate his world. I now know I can be the gateway to an honest investigation of the self, and for some students, that is a cold, dark place. When asking students meaningful questions, we may receive meaningful answers. We can be at the floodgates. We can be the giver and the receiver. Responding to this feedback is tantamount.
I can honestly say I've been extremely fortunate to have such brilliant young minds in my classes this year. Listening to student feedback and reflecting upon my own experiences, there are 3 significant lessons I have learned this year. The first being that the countless hours we spend as teachers preparing lesson plans and activities pay dividends in the classroom. Students are very intuitive and really do appreciate the work we do. The second lesson I have learned is to trust my instincts. This can range from trusting myself when I feel that I need to adapt my lesson plans because I don't believe student comprehension is where it needs to be, or to simply asking a student if everything is alright when I sense they're having a rough day. I have found that trusting my intuition is a valuable resource for my teaching practice. Finally, the biggest lesson I have learned is that I thoroughly enjoy teaching and that I find it more rewarding than I ever thought I could.
In first grade, the complexity of putting fingers down on the violin, producing quality tone with their bow, and reading music posed a big challenge.
It was getting my mouse house right. I'd always do a pancake hand because my hand was really tired. And finally I just started practicing that a lot, and I finally got it over.
By persevering through failure, this class of budding musicians developed strength and grit.
Adele, the wonder that she is, introduced me to Miss Walls, a local English teacher for at-risk teens. In exchange for my aid in her classroom, she would write me a letter of recommendation. I walked in my first day to a room full of my own reflection. Students treading the same narrow line that I had fallen from, but Miss Walls believed. We read and discussed Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-Five, which is still one of my favorite books. We dissected motif, and we challenged propaganda. So it goes. Everything was beautiful, and nothing hurt. As I became more comfortable in my role, I led discussions, guided activities, and had the first inkling of what really to do with my life.
You know who it is.
Oh yeah.
This is the G Life over here. His name is Gunkle. Tell him what's up.
Yeah, I'm a Gunkle. Yeah, I'm a straight up G. The Gunkle life is the life for me. Teaching people by day, grading papers by night. Ooh. The Gunkle life is so very tight.
Yeah, this goes out to my homies in English. I don't spit fire, I only extinguish. That's called metaphors in the speech. Contradictions are how I teach.
The G life.
Gunkle till I die. See how I teach, and you'll know why.
Oh, the G life. Gunkle till I die.
See how I teach, and you'll know why.
Take after me, it'll be alright. Don't write about your life, but live what you write. Don't be afraid to share what keeps you up at night, because with every dark day, you'll see the light.
If you write a memoir, you could be a star. Show us who you are in life so far. Has to be detailed and classy with each tale. Don't send us bad grammar, that's a catastrophe to email.
The G life. Gunkle till I die.
What in the world is that? But the most useful device, that time machine, I mean, like, it took a while to figure it out, but once we did, like, time stood still. Alright, honey, heading out. Sweet! I just don't know how we could have made it through the first year in any other way.
We'll be singing when we're downgrading. We'll be singing when we're downgrading. I caught your comma. You won't do that again. You're never gonna fool me now. Wrong MLA style. You missed again. You're never gonna fool me now. I caught your comma. You won't do that again. You're never gonna fool me now. Wrong MLA style. You missed again. You're never gonna fool me now. Grading the night away. Grading the night away. She gets a late grade, he gets a worse grade. She gets a better grade, he gets a good grade. She grades the papers while she waits in a long line. She thinks of papers while she's out having better times. Oh, language arts, language arts, language arts. I caught your comma. You won't do that again. You're never gonna fool me now. Wrong MLA style. You missed again. You still can't fool me now. I caught your comma. You won't do that again. You're never gonna fool me now. Wrong MLA style. You missed again. You still can't fool me now. Grading the night away. Grading